to another episode of the Prayerful Life, where I share inspired wisdom, insights, and understanding of life's difficult questions. This is in order to help you cultivate your faith and open your heart to the wonders of God's love. So for today's topic, it's about the purpose why we are born here on earth. Bakit pa tayo pinanganak dito sa mundo? Madami sa atin ang nagtatanong kung bakit ba tayo andito? Bakit ba may mga tao sa mundo? Bakit ba nilikha tayo at nilagay dito sa mundong ito? In this planet specifically, which is Earth. Ganito din ang katanungan ko habang ako ay lumalaki. As I was growing up, I've always have questions about life. At ilang taon din bago ko nakuha, ilang taon din bago ko naintindihan kung ano talaga yung rason ng ating Panginoon kung bakit tayo andito sa mundong ito ngayon. Yon ang ibabahagi ko sa episode na ito upang ma-share ko din sa inyo ang aking nalalaman and hopefully open your mind and your heart as well. So, una, have you ever asked yourself, meron bang mga times na natanong mo sa sarili mo, bakit kaya ako pinanganak? Bakit kaya ganito ang buhay ko? Bakit kaya ako isinilang sa ganitong lugar? Sa ganitong estado ng buhay? At bakit ang mga magulang ko yung naging magulang ko? Have you ever considered asking those questions too? Well, for me, I did. At nung bata pa ako, hindi ko masyadong maintindihan dahil kasi yung bata pa tayo, hindi pa tayo masyadong, yung mind natin hindi pa masyadong nagmamature at yung paniniwala natin hindi pa masyadong nagde-develop din. At so, at that time, kasi pinanganak ako sa mahirap na pamilya, yung mga magulang ko, yung spiritual progress nila is hindi masyadong parang yung very, very, yung go with the flow lang ba. But I've always been very curious at madami ako mga katanungan na di nila masagot. And so when I was a kid, as I was growing up din, hindi masatisfy yung mga questions ko, hindi nila masagot. And so I kind of move on with the belief na one day I will find the answers. Medyo tumatanda na ako. Naintindihan ko kung bakit tayo andito. And one of the reasons na sa aking pagkakaintindi, bakit tayo andito is, this is very important reason actually, is to become individualized. When God created the souls or kaluluwa natin before nilagay sa katawan natin na physical, merong plano ang Panginoon sa bawat isa sa atin. And I'm talking about those na andito sa mundo thousands of years ago, at mga tao na andito ngayon, and yung mga souls na magiging mabubuhay at pupunta dito as human beings dito sa mundo natin in the future. And so, kasali yon, the human race. I'm talking about the human race. Ang purpose niyan na bakit tayo pinanganak dito or pumunta dito sa planetang ito is to become individualized. I will try to explain it in Tagalog. Sa pagkakaintindi ko, or the main reason na ang Panginoon ay nilagay tayo dito sa mundo is to become an individualized. Dahil, nung ginawa niya tayo and He created us as souls, wala tayong experience pa. Para pang potential. Meron tayong potential na magiging, meaning wala pa tayong life wala tayong experience. And that experience includes, the human experience includes all the sadness, the happiness, the tears, the joys, the feeling, the physical feelings of being in the body, yung sensation. So, meaning, halimbawa sa buhay ko, when I will just use an example of myself. Okay? So, nung pinanganak ako, I was born in the Philippines. Yun yung location na pinili ng Panginoon na doon ako isisilang. At doon nagkaroon ako ng mga magulang. I was born from parents na sila, Pilipino din, with a set of circumstances na medyo challenging in the beginning. At nagkaroon ako ng mga kapatid. Nagkaroon ako ng sarili kong wika. I have my own language. I developed my own personality as I grow up. I interacted with these people. I went to school, and etc. etc. So basically, yung buhay ko, from the moment na inilagay ako sa katawan na ito, I became an individual. I became unique. I became, ano ba yun sa Tagalog? Yung nagiging unique ako na individual, which is an expression of my soul. So, ikaw din, regardless na saan ka nang galing, I'm assuming na Filipino ka din. Kasi this, you will be able to understand my language that I'm speaking right now. At kung hindi ka din Pilipino, sa iba ka, halimbawa sa ibang country ka, isinilang, yung parents mo, iba yung itsura, yung circumstances mo, or yung education mo, iba, yung, or you were born in a tribe, halimbawa, from Africa, dun ka nilagay. You were put there so you will experience that life, that opportunities in order for you to become an expression of God's creative power. And so, nung ka na, halimbawa, let's say na yung lifespan mo is, let's say, 60 years. In the span of from your birth until the time that you passed on, na wala ka na dito, namatay ka na, you would have collected experiences, para siyang database ng experiences, memories mo, attributes mo, qualities mo, and that's what makes you an individual. You know, yun yung ikaw na ikaw ay very, very unique. Kaya nga, sasabihin ko din na it's never a good idea to compare yourself with anyone else. Kasi yung pagkagawa sa'yo, yung I'm not just talking about the physical composition, kasi iba-iba tayo ng fingerprint, yung DNA natin is magkaiba. Walang kasing tulad mo, kumbaga. But I'm also talking about the spiritual progression, spiritual makeup mo, na while nandito ka sa mundo, ikaw ay unique, very unique, yung circumstance. Even though matitingnan mo na very similar, you have very similar experience with another person, pero not necessarily na exact. Okay? So that's the first reason that God sent you here, that we are born here, na to become an individualized person, right? With your own unique sets of experiences, unique set of circumstances, and unique personalities, and the expression of it. The second reason we are born here in this world is to fulfill or make a contribution towards God's plan for the universe. Wow, ang galing, no? And you will ask yourself, me? Who, me? I am so small in the grand scheme of things. I'm so tiny. What could have been my contribution. You know what? Yun yung ano sa atin mahirap sa atin ng mga tao. Lalo na yung sa tingin nila, yung buhay nila ay very insignificant. Halimbawa, yung isang tao na pinanganak sa isang mahirap na pamilya, let's just say, yung mga magulang nila is yung farmers, halimbawa, or yung very, very low in society, meaning yung level nila. I'm not saying na, I'm not discriminating, but I'm just saying na, yung halimbawa, yung mga tao na nanggaling sa very, very low na level ng society, they tend to have an understanding na inferior sila, and especially also how people treat them, So, hindi masyadong nag-i-expand yung understanding nila at paniniwala na meron silang contribution din. And it can be a small or it can be a big contribution depending on the grand plan. Kasi from our perspective, we are looking at things, we are looking at life in a very limited perspective, which is our perspective. Na ganito lang. Halimbawa, yung perspective mo lang or yung kaya mo lang intindihin is from this scope. Yung halimbawa, in your entire village, yung maliit lang na probinsya, and then it expand. But then there are those people as well na kinikreate ng Panginoon na they are meant to fulfill a bigger purpose. Halimbawa, si Mother Teresa, she's very famous, who made a difference in the lives of people in India and in the world. And so that's just an example, like extreme. They're from both end of the spectrum. And all our lives, all of us have a role to fulfill in this grand universe of God. And it is not up to us to figure out this whole plan. It is up to God. Our job is to understand what is our role. And you will know that by tapping into your inner self, because God has a part of Himself in us that enables Him to see our lives in a very personal way. Kaya sasabihin natin na God is everywhere. God is only in that sense na God knows our every struggle, our pain, our human experience. And that's how much He loves us, because He has a part of Himself in us, which makes Him a part of our experience na kaya nakikita niya pag inaano tayo, happy tayo, maramdaman din niya. Or if something bad happens to us, naramdaman din niya yung sakit. And then He is there to comfort you. There is a part of us. And this is the still voice in our head. Yung halimbawa, naranasan mo ba na, for example, you are at a crossroads in your life, and you suddenly realize na you don't know where to go, and then there is the voice in your head that says, oh, do this, and you will feel it so strongly inside of you. And yun yung landas na tatahakin mo, and that's the guidance, and that's those moments in time in your life, moments that you actually tune in, na nakinig ka, and that's God is. And so anyway, back to the second reason na that we exist here, na pinanganak tayo dito sa mundo, is for us to discover our contribution in God's universal plan. And I'm talking about the universe. Universe is not just Earth. Isa lang tayo sa libo-libong, bilyon-bilyong planeta sa entire universe, which is continuously expanding then as I'm speaking, and science has proved that na yung kalawakan na binuo ng Panginoon is forever expanding, and we may be tiny, maliit lang tayo sa paningin ng natin at ng entire human race, pero you have a contribution that only you can fulfill, and your job is to discover that and ask God for that, to show it to you. Okay? And the third reason na ipinanganak tayo dito sa mundo is to become an expression of God's love and to become a medium of His love. Okay, I'll explain that. An expression of His love means He created us, right? He is our creator, our Heavenly Father, Panginoon natin sa langit, ang siyang lumikha ng ating kaluluwa at inilagay tayo dito sa mundo in a body from human parents, with human parents. Kaya nga nabuo tayo is the combination of an egg cell and a sperm cell, and then a baby is formed, and then our soul is put into that body. Nilagay yung kaluluwa natin sa katawan. In my case, yung katawan ko, which is made of 50% of my mother and 50% of my father, kino-combine siya at nagiging ako. Kaya nga ganito yung katawan ko, ganito yung itsura ko. But the real me, the real essence is yung kaluluwa na inilagay sa katawan na ito. Okay? Which is the real me. And these experiences na collective experiences sa buhay ko in my 40 years in life it contributes to my personal life, and that becomes an individual. And so we are an expression of God's love, each and every one of us. Mahal niya tayo, kaya tayo inilagay dito sa mundo to experience all the possibilities of the human experience. Kasali na doon yung mga good, bad sa tingin natin. But in the end, in the overall picture, from the perspective of God, those make sense, okay? It makes sense to Him. And one day, as we progress in our spiritual understanding, we will be able to understand it as well. Kung gaano tayo niya kamahal. That through His creation, He created us. Through His creation, we were able to experience life, which is a beautiful experience. Yes. And the second one is the medium. He wants us to be an expression and medium of His love. Ano ba yung medium of His love? Meaning, tayo yung daluyan ng kanyang pagmamahal. Yes, that's the reason that He created us. It's a very important reason as well. At bakit tayo andito? Dahil sa mundong ito, halo-halo yung mga tao, iba't ibang personality, iba't ibang tendencies, iba't ibang experiences, uniqueness. At as we mingle with each other, we are given opportunities to love. I'm talking about loving one another, loving all facets of love and all types of love. Parental love, mahal mo yung magulang mo, pagmamahal between the parent and the child and the parent. There's also sibling love, yung pagmamahal mo sa mga kapatid mo. There's neighborly love, pagmamahal mo sa mga tao na nakapaligid sa iyo, yung pagmamahal, human interaction, and even love for pets, yung your love, a human love to a pet. Isa din yun sa expression of love. So yun, kinikreate tayo for that. And we are given this opportunity na we're given this opportunity na that God will pour us His love, and then because of that gift that's coming from Him, it enables us to love people. It enables us to open our heart, and it enables us to become an expression of His love. It's kind of like when your parent loves you. I'm using that as an example. When your parent loves you, the child feels loved, and it mirrors the love of God through the parents. Meaning, in other words, pag naramdaman ng bata yung pagmamahal ng magulang, parang meron na siyang idea na this is love. This is the kind of love that I wanted, and this is the kind of love that I crave. And because of that, the child has an understanding of what the Heavenly Father is capable of giving to us in terms of love, because it mirrors. And when you love someone, pag minamahal mo yung isang tao, there is an expansion of the heart, an expansion of the soul, and your happiness and the happiness of others is increased. Okay? And so if we are all loving to each other, which is part of the reason that God has put us here, mawawala yung wars, mawawala yung conflict between relationships, between people, mawawala yung division based on color, mawawala yung division because of religion and everything that stands in the way of human interaction, which is contrary to love. Mawawala yon. But until then, we are a race of, we are a human, we are a race of beings that are trying our best, and God is helping us every step of the way. Our evolution still has to go a long way. Spiritual evolution has to come a long way, but we are there. A lot of people right now are awakening to this power that is at work in our world, in order to put things into a balance again. And so, I hope may natutunan kayo sa sinishare ko today. I'm trying to speak faster because last video, hindi masyadong that was my first attempt at filming this. And so, sana, if you have questions, you can ask it in the comments, or email me, or send comments as well to my Facebook page, which is, I link it down below. At sana sa susunod na mga topics natin, mas magiging confident ka pa sa iyong paniniwala sa Diyos, at maging mas malapit ka pa at mas bubukas yung puso mo to receive His love and be an expression and medium of His love. Salamat po sa panonood, at hanggang sa susunod, ito po ulit si Mia. Have a great and wonderful and blessed day sa inyong lahat. Bye-bye.